So you're moving to Kansas City. Did you know that Kansas City is in both Kansas and Missouri? Today we're exploring the Kansas side. Hey, and welcome to Living in Kansas City by the Fountain City Real Estate Team. Today we are in Kansas City, Kansas, and we are going to be exploring everything that the KCK side of the Kansas City Metro has to offer. If you're thinking about moving to Kansas City, whether it's the Kansas side, whether it's the Missouri side, whether it's the Johnson County side, we cover everything. If you're thinking about moving here, give us a call, 816-4-MOVE-KC, 816-4-MOVE-KC. We know that it can be a stressful process and we are here to help you. We've got your back. We promise that we will pick up the phone, we will answer your questions, and we will help move you here to Kansas City if that's what you decide to do. All right, we are starting our tour of Kansas City, Kansas in the Finnis subdivision. Finnis or Finesse, not exactly sure how to pronounce it, but houses in this subdivision are going to go anywhere from $100,000 to $200,000. And this subdivision, I would say, is I mean, you're going to have to see it for yourself in terms of whether or not you like the houses here. I think a lot of houses are boarded up. A lot of houses are actually finished, like this one, redone completely, really nicely behind me. But there are some houses that are going to be a little bit rougher shape. Okay, you're going to get a lot of old roofs in this subdivision. You're going to get a lot of, basements that probably hold a little bit of water. You're going to get some retaining walls that are kind of cracked and falling down, and just some homes that are not in the best condition. So this house behind me here is listed on the market for $100,000. This house is 3 bedrooms. It's 1 bath, and we're going to check out the backyard of it right here. I'm going to pop you inside of it in a little bit, but 3 bedrooms, 1 bath. I've actually seen this house before. I think there's some, like I said, some issues with the basement. It's been on the market for a little bit, but this is kind of the backyard that you're going to get if you bought this house. It's pretty crowded, or I should say pretty cramped and pretty small, and then you're sharing basically a backyard with the neighbor right here. So if you stick until the end though, I will show you what $850,000 gets you in Kansas City, Kansas. We're starting with our lowest price point, kind of working our way up into these different neighborhoods. You're gonna see that you get a lot different value, a lot different price points in Kansas City, Kansas. But this is the Finnis subdivision. This is one of the lower price points in Kansas City, Kansas. I actually do have a rental property that I bought a while ago that's been doing well for me, but it's pretty near this. I would say just right outside of walking distance, not walking distance, but we're gonna check out the inside of this home. All right, so check it out. We are inside this $100,000 home. It's been listed for a while on the market now, and it's actually not super bad. It's pretty nice and open, right? You walk into this living room and then you come into this area, which I would expect would be kind of a formal dining room type of thing. You could put your television right there if you wanted to. You've got this kitchen. I know it's kind of low light here. I'm gonna see if I can turn on the light. If it works, sometimes the power was off the last time I was here. So this is the kitchen here, and then you've got a really big bedroom, if I recall. Pretty large bedroom here. You can see one of the reasons that this one is $100,000, and I'm really sorry about the light here, is that this bedroom floor is really not finished. So you're gonna have to put flooring in it. You've got another bedroom back here that has some shelving built into it. You've got attic access up there. I'm gonna walk you towards the front. We're gonna end our really short tour of this $100,000 home and then head to the next neighborhood. But in the front here, you've got your bathroom right through here, and then you've got this kind of front bedroom that is, man, it's very, very purple. So, and then here you can see the pipes and stuff that connect to the bathtub. But hey, $100,000, let me know in the comments. Can you get this for $100,000 where you live? I mean, real estate is so expensive everywhere, and I know a lot of people live in different price points, but can you get this for $100,000? Drop it in the comments. So now I'm driving out of the Finnis subdivision, and you can just kind of see just on the camera that, yeah, there are a lot of properties that are definitely not the best. They're definitely a little bit more run down. This next place that we're going to head to is the price point is 175 to 200. So you're going to get a little bit more for that. You're still going to get great value across the Kansas City Metro because on average, Wyandotte County, which Kansas is in Wyandotte County, is the lowest price point county within the KC Metro. So you're going to get a great house for the money, but you're going to have to decide, are you okay with this area? Are you okay with living in an area that could be a little bit more rundown, where property values could be a little bit lower? I mean, all of those things you're going to have to decide for yourself, for your family, if you're moving here with a family. If you're looking for properties to appreciate in value and skyrocket up, to be honest with you, Kansas City, Kansas is not the best place for that. I would buy somewhere with a super strong school district. Not that KCK has a horrible school district, but it's not the strongest in the KC Metro for sure. You're going to want to look elsewhere for that. But if you want to maximize your money, if you like the incredible Mexican food that's here, we're going to check those places out in a little bit. Then you're going to like Kansas City, Kansas. There's a lot of stuff to like about it. Like I said before, we own a property in Kansas City, Kansas. We enjoy this area. We spend a lot of time in this area just scarfing down tacos. So you're gonna want to stay tuned to the end, and I will show you the best places to get tacos here. All right, I'm pulling up into the Nearman subdivision, and there's actually a golf course around here that I've only played twice, called Painted Hills Golf Course, and it's not the best, also not the worst. I don't know, it's a toss-up. It's fine. I don't like the layout of it. There's some really narrow holes, which I don't really mind, but man, some of the course layout. I think there's like 2 par 3s in a row, which is like a really big pet peeve of mine. I don't like that. And I think there's 2 par 5s in a row. I think that they should separate those out. And if you don't care about golf, you can go ahead and skip to the next part. But from all my golfers out there, I think you kind of know what I'm talking about. But Painted Hills, I would say it's an average golf course here in KCK, but you can check it out if you want. So let's pull up to this house and check it out. Okay people, welcome to Nearman Gardens. This is a subdivision in Kansas City, Kansas, where the houses are a step up from the finished subdivision that you just saw. Those houses were 1 to 200,000. This is I would say 150 and above to 300,000. I would say that you'd be able to find that here. A lot of the homes here are going to be ranch style, and you can't see this. I'll try to get you a glimpse of this over here, but you've got like a really open field and open space over here. You've got forests over here. So this kind of strip right here is actually pretty isolated, I would say. And a lot of these homes have been redone. A lot of these homes would have, I think, single families in them, people who have bought them and renovated them. I don't know if you can see behind me, but you get that really cool clip of a field of sunflowers there. My wife would love those. And this home that we're going to check out has been on the market for 7 days, which isn't a super long time, but it's been completely renovated. It's been completely redone, and it's listed for $175,000. It's only 900 square feet, so it's a little bit smaller, but again, that's finished square footage, so there might be some room in the basement that they haven't utilized as well. But it's been on the market. It's been on the market for a little bit. It's a 3-bedroom, 1-bath home, kind of like the one that we just finished coming from in the finished subdivision. And this subdivision, man, it is hilly. If you can't hear it in my voice, I am getting old. I'm kind of getting out of shape. I used to be in really great shape, but man, vlogging out here in Kansas City is tiring for me sometimes, and talking and telling you what I see. But what I see with this one right here behind me, this is the one that's listed for $175,000. Somebody's actually showing it right now, but it's got a new roof. It's been redone top to bottom, and you're gonna find a lot of these homes here. Not only are the owners redoing them, but investors are buying them. They're buying them for super cheap, completely gutting them and then flipping them. And that's kind of what you're gonna get in Kansas City, Kansas, especially at price points under 200,000. You're gonna get people who have gutted them, flipped them within the past few years here. So if you like that, that's what to expect. If you don't, then we're gonna head to the next highest price point in Kansas City, Kansas right now. What is up? You have found me at Victory Hills. This is a different subdivision in Kansas City, Kansas, and the thing that makes it so strikingly different is that, I mean, it's almost double the price point, the average price point of where we just were in Nearman Gardens. So homes here are going to be anywhere from 300 to 400,000. A lot of them are going to be redone. That's a pretty, I would say, mid to high price point in Kansas City. We're going to see some higher ones in Kansas City, Kansas, but it's mid to high. I would say, you know, 100,000 and below is you're actually gonna be able to find homes like that here, but it's gonna be this is going to be a nicer neighborhood, well maintained. If you look at the crime maps, which I recommend that you do anywhere you move, you're going to see less crime over here. This house that has been listed only for 1 day on the market is listed for 400,000, and it's a 5-bed, 3-bath house that is on a pretty good plot size of land. I think that it might sit for a little bit because it's on this really busy main thoroughfare. But even you can see the smaller houses here, like this ranch is completely redone. It's nice, it's got the nice vinyl siding on it. It's really nice. If you can see this one back here, kind of an awkward angle for here, but that house is beautiful. That house I would estimate is probably like a four bath, maybe four bed, maybe 5 bed, like this one over here. But this is one of the striking things about Kansas City, Kansas, is that, like I said, the theme of this video and living here is that you get so much more for your money than other places. If you were to put this house over here in Liberty, that is going to be a $600,000 house, but here, you know, it's probably a $400,000 house. So right here, right behind me here, you see this listing is kind of set back off of this super busy main road, but you got 3 garages, you got 5 beds, you got 3 baths. I mean, you got a ton of room here, and it's situated on probably like half to 3/4 of an acre. That's pretty big here in the KC metro area. Not to mention, in this area too, you're also going to be very close to shopping. You're not only going to have these like local kind of strip mall shopping centers that you'll be able to see in the drone footage, but you're also going to be super close to the Legends outlets, which we're going to check out too. So all of that, it makes it a very attractive area to live. Low crime, relatively safe, walkable. I don't know if you noticed, in the past 2 neighborhoods that I was at, I was just walking in the street, right? Just walking right in the middle of the street. Could get hit by a car if I was vlogging, and you know, the headline says, you know, Kansas City realtor dies vlogging. But here, you know, I'm relatively safe. That's a nice one, pretty done in a pretty mid-century modern style, like that one. So if this is kind of more your speed, $400,000 is going to get you in this neighborhood. One of the negatives with this is Wyandotte does have higher taxes in the KC metro. I know a lot of my clients who want to move over to the Kansas side are either looking for the higher taxes with the added benefits that Johnson County brings, or the lower taxes of Leavenworth County. They don't necessarily like the higher taxes of Wyandotte paired with not that great of amenities, not that great of a school district. But as you can see, this is a super busy road. It'll be interesting to see how much this one goes for and how quickly it does, because I mean, this is an attractive house. Like I said before, that's 5 beds in Kansas City, Kansas for $400,000. If that's your price point and you want to move here, give us a call, 816-4-MOVE-KC. But we're going to be seeing higher price points too. We're going to be seeing a new construction next, so stay tuned. We're going to go to a new construction neighborhood. It's going to be completely different, but you're going to be paying more. So stay tuned. So I'm at Caw Point Park, and this is a very hidden, secluded gem that not many people know about in Kansas City, Kansas. It's not a very hot day today. It's actually only like high 80s. And if you see this scratch on my cheek, it's because I filmed this over 2 days. So you might see in some of this vlog that I don't have this some of the time, and sometimes I do. It's because the night that I wasn't filming, I went home to play with my son, and he scratched me like a feral cat. So I have this deep gouge in my chin, or in my cheek here. I love my son. We just got a little bit rowdy when we were wrestling. Totally common, but you'll be able to tell which were filmed the second day and which were filmed the first day. But today, here we are at Caw Point Park. This is a beautiful, secluded park that has wonderful walking trails. And I don't know if you can see on the camera, but I kind of had to forge through that brush to get down here. But here is the confluence of both the Kansas and the Missouri rivers. So the Kansas and Missouri rivers meet right here. And it's a really, really cool area to spend some time. I mean, a fish just jumped out of the water right there. You've got a boating dock that you can come down here, you can fish off of this area, and then you have this awesome, incredible view of the Kansas City skyline. I think everything that you can see right there is, especially sticking up, is on the Missouri side. I don't know if you knew this, but Caw Point, this is near the West Bottoms. That used to be where Union Station used to be, and they had to relocate it because of the flooding presented by the Kansas and Missouri River in this area. So this is a sweet place to spend time. I wouldn't swim in here. The current's pretty strong. I don't know if you can see as it kind of flows along here. It's pretty fast, it's pretty strong, not a great place to swim. Would be pretty dangerous, and the water is actually really murky anyway. So a great place to fish if that's what you want to do. Great place to just set up a chair, just watch the Kansas City skyline and hang out. So Caw Point Park, come and visit it. It's a not well-known area in Kansas City, Kansas. Okay, welcome to Freeman Farms North. This is a community that's actually really close to a golf course that I like playing. Well, you know, I like playing it if I play well. It's called Dub's Dread Golf Course, and at one point it was one of the longest courses, if not the longest course in the United States. And so if I'm playing well, it's a lot of fun. If I'm not playing well, it's not a lot of fun. Last time I went there, I was not playing well, so it was not a lot of fun. I still had fun with friends, but it was tough. But anyways, you can see that this is an extremely quiet neighborhood. You're gonna pay about $300 a year for an HOA here. And these homes are going right in the $400,000 to $500,000 ranges, with some of them even pushing $600,000, depending on how big of a lot that you get and depending on how big this home is. Now, the home that we're coming up to right here is listed currently at $580,000. We're gonna show you pictures of it right here. And it's been on the market for a little bit. It's active. $580,000 is a higher price point for Kansas City, Kansas, and so whereas if you were in Liberty for $580,000, of course that's going to be a lot more competitive. There's going to be a lot fewer homes on the market, and that's not going to be as high of a price point for Liberty. But for Kansas City, Kansas, $580,000 is really high. But of course, this house is huge. It's a 5-bedroom. I think it's got like 4 baths or something like that, and it's new construction too. So if you have watched the Liberty tour and you're considering moving to Liberty, one of the things that you should note is for $550,000, you were getting like a 2-bedroom new construction, and for here, for $580,000, you're getting a 5-bedroom new construction. So it's a lot different. It's just different locations across the metro get different prices. Of course, now here I'm not walking on sidewalk anymore, so I'm going to go on the sidewalk again. So we're coming up to this home here. Again, Dub's Dread Golf Course is right over there. I think if you golf, you're going to really enjoy that course. It's going to be a tough course to master. And then another thing about this too here is that there's a lot of land that you can develop here. So here's the house right here. This house right here is listed on the market for $580,000, and it hasn't sold yet. And then here you can see behind me, there's a few plots of land that you can buy down there, and you can develop your own house should you want to do that. So that's Freeman Farms North, a upscale, higher price point area in Kansas City, Kansas, but not necessarily compared to other parts of the metro. I think you're gonna enjoy it here if you just want a really quiet HOA close to a golf course, and kind of with these trees in the back too. You can see there's a lot of wilderness out here, as you'll see in the drone footage that I've been putting up. There's a lot of open space out here, and these lots some of them are up to an acre. So if that's kind of what you want, that's kind of what you're looking for, then you're gonna want to check this place out. All right, I'm here at the Legends Outlets in Kansas City, Kansas. And this is a really, really popular place because you have basically everything that you could want for shopping here. You've got a ton of things to do. Over there, right there is Children's Mercy Park. That's where Sporting Kansas City plays. You'll be able to see it in the drone shot. Right over there is going to be the Kansas Speedway, so you can watch some races over there. I'm gonna give you a little sense of what the Legends Outlets are like as we kind of walk through here. You can see that even though it's a little bit cooler today than it was, especially yesterday. It was piping hot yesterday, but this is a place where you can get basically everything that you need. It's going to be a lot of, franchise stores, not necessarily as many local. So if you want to support local, this isn't going to be your best place to go. But I think I've mentioned before in other vlog tours of other areas that when you come here, one of the things that we really, really need, if you're a developer or you're somebody who's looking to, purchase real estate in Kansas City, and you're saying, hey, what's a great option, what's a great opportunity for development here in the Kansas City metro area, I would say it's malls that have indoor shopping areas. Malls that have indoor shopping areas. I think that could be really good here. When I moved here from California, I would go to a mall called the Arcadia Mall all the time, and we would be able to, on hot days, be on the inside and just walk around and shop. And here, you can go to the shops at Prairie Village, you can go to here, and you're always outside. You're always outside. So if it's frigid, if it's freezing cold, then you're gonna be freezing cold. If it's really, really hot, then like today, then you're gonna be really, really hot.
Are you live?
And I think that, not yet. Yeah, it's gonna be on YouTube. What's up? So I think that one huge opportunity to really help the KC metro area is to have an indoor mall. There's one down in Overland Park called Oak Park Mall, but there's really not that many in the metro area. So these are the Legends outlets at Kansas City. Great place to shop. Before I leave, the only time I've actually ever spent here is to pick up something really quick at Bath & Body Works. So I actually haven't spent a long time here. So I didn't even know that this was here. Check this place out. I mean, it's kind of like an open lawn. Pretty cool. You got some hills over there where the kids can run, and a lot of places for you to just relax and chill. Again, really great if the weather is great. Not the greatest if the weather's not great, which in Kansas City, it can be hit or miss. This morning, it was just pouring, coming down sheets of rain, and right now, it's actually pretty nice. It's like 80 degrees. So, you're gonna wanna check this place out. Again, I think that this is a great place to spend time. You've got everything that you could want here, right in the heart of, on average, in Wyandotte County, the lowest price point county in the Kansas City metro. So you really can't get much better than this. I think this is a great value. If you are looking to move here, then you're gonna wanna check this place out. All right, so I was just walking back to my car. I decided to flip back on the camera to show you something. That's Jose Peppers. It's Mexican food, but if you moved here to Kansas City, Kansas, and you go to Jose Peppers for Mexican food, I'm gonna personally drive to your house and give you a very disappointed look, because you can do so much better in Kansas City, Kansas. In fact, I'm gonna drive to the next place. I'm gonna show you how much better you can do. There is incredible Mexican food here in Kansas City, Kansas. So please, please, for the love of all things good and for your own taste buds, don't go to Jose Peppers for your Mexican food. So we're leaving the Legends outlets, and just seeing the Jose Peppers brings back a very vivid Kansas City memory of when we first moved here. And that was one of my good friends. He said, hey, let me take you out to eat, welcome you to the city. And he said, what do you want to eat? And I said, man, I really, really miss Mexican food. I want some good, authentic tacos. And he took me to Jose Peppers. And look, it's not bad food, okay? I don't want to trash it, but it's not good Mexican food either. It's fine for a meal, right? It's like going to Chili's. You don't expect a gourmet meal at Chili's, right? You expect a serviceable meal, and that's what Jose Peppers is. But if you want some really good, authentic Mexican food, you gotta go to the places where I'm going right now, okay? There's a place called San Antonio's that we're headed to, and I actually went out of my way. This wasn't the next stop of my tour. I had it all planned out and everything, but I saw Jose Peppers and I was like, I gotta go there because I gotta show people that there's super, super good, authentic Mexican food in Kansas City, that you don't have to settle for a Jose Peppers, that if you're moving here and you're thinking, hey, I gotta leave all that good Mexican food behind, that's not true. That's one of the toughest things about moving out of California was I thought, man, say goodbye to that authentic Mexican food, say goodbye to those street corner tacos, say goodbye to all of that. No, okay? No, don't say goodbye, say hello to that. Because KCK has the KC Taco Trail, and that's all in KCK. It's fantastic tacos. It's just as good, if not, dare I say, even some places better than the places we're in Los Angeles. There's a lot of people who have moved here from Mexico, who have brought their family recipes, started restaurants, started successful restaurants, and it's just fantastic to see. So I'm gonna head to one of my favorite spots. This actually isn't my top spot. I'm gonna do another KCK tour in the future sometime, and I'll show you my top spot. I'm gonna insert it here. It's called Tara Humares. I think I got that right, but Tara Humares, and that's in Strawberry Hill in KCK. Ooh, I definitely have some clips of that. I'm gonna put them right there. Ooh, their tacos are so good. Some of the best I've ever had, maybe the best I've ever had. I don't know, I've had a lot of tacos in my life. Typically I get like 6 tacos. I get like 3 pastor, 3 asada, 3 pollo, and man, that's what I get. So if you're looking to move here and you want some authentic tacos, we also have agents who speak Spanish. And they're willing to help you, and they're ready to help you. They speak Spanish, they can communicate with you if Spanish is your first language or if Spanish is your preferred language and you want to move to Kansas City, Kansas, we're ready for you. 816-4-MOVE-KC, 816-4-MOVE-KC. Now let's head to San Antonio's. Okay everybody, so this is the place that you're gonna want to be going if you want really, really good, authentic Kansas City Mexican food. You don't want to be going to Jose Peppers. Again, Jose Peppers is not horrible by any means, but it's certainly not San Antonio's, or certainly not Tarahumares, or certainly not a lot of these other places on the KC Taco Trail that are just so much better. Now it's going to be on a super busy street, and the houses here behind here are going to be anywhere from 100,000, probably topping out at 250,000. This is going to be a lower price point area in Kansas City, and it's not necessarily going to be the most desirable area. However, it is going to have the best Mexican food in Kansas City. You've got a lot of authentic places that you can go right around here that are going to give you incredible experiences for Hispanic food, if that's kind of what you got a yankering for. So again, don't settle for anything that's just a knockoff imitation. You want the real stuff. You want to come down here. One thing that you may or may not like about living in KCK is you got a lot of these back roads that really you really need to take in order to get you places. And you also have these main freeways like the 435 north and south running right through the heart of KCK that kind of connects everything else. But especially in the higher price points, you're not going to find anything in like a very intimate neighborhood setting if you're paying above 500. That's just a rough estimate. I think that if you were to pay 500 in Leawood or Prairie Village or Overland Park or Olathe, you get a lot different experience. In Olathe, you'll get a very highly manicured HOA that's right in the heart of Olathe next to shopping centers, right? Black Bob and next to College and those streets and those shopping centers there. But here, you're not going to get that. If you pay 500, you're most likely going to be out kind of in the boonies a little bit. And if you like that, then great. If you don't, may not be the place in the KC Metro for you. I'm headed to this smaller little subdivision. I don't even know if there's an official name for the subdivision. I searched it and I couldn't really find anything from it. But this is going to be the highest price point house in Kansas City. Oh, it's actually called Crystal Ridge. Just learned that. So that's not listed online. And there's no HOA on this little subdivision, but you can see there's a little clubhouse here. So I'll double check the listing, but I'm pretty sure that there's no HOA, which is kind of strange because you do have a very manicured area. So I was kind of confused there for a little bit. And here's another thing about living in Kansas City that's just a little bit annoying, maybe a lot bit annoying sometimes. I typed in the street name, I accidentally put terrace instead of court, and it took me to the exact wrong area. And so now we are actually getting to the most expensive listing in Kansas City. Okay, we finally found it. This is the Crystal Ridge subdivision, and we are approaching Kansas City, Kansas, most expensive active listing on the market today. This one's listed at $850. It is a massive 7 bedrooms and 5 bathrooms. $850 for that amount gets you a lot different things across the metro. Some areas, like if you go to a Leawood, that's like a very standard price point house. That's like right in the middle. But here in Kansas City, Kansas, you get a fantastic, beautiful 7 bathroom, huge area, right? Or huge home. So I'm gonna put pictures of the listing up here so you can check it out. And then as we walk towards it, you can see this neighborhood, Crystal Ridge. One of the interesting things I saw about it in the listing is that there's actually no HOA, which I took a wrong turn, but over here, you see a lot of kind of condos and duplexes over there on that side. And then on this side is kind of the single family side. So maybe it's just that the single family, the condos and the multifamily living is taking care of all the HOA dues, and then you don't have any over here. But I double checked the listing again as I was driving in, because it definitely looks like a place that would have an HOA, but there is no HOA. So, and you can see this behind me right here. It is a beautifully updated home, the most expensive in KCK. Let me put you over here. You can see that beautiful, I like garage doors like that, really do. It sits on over an acre, and so that's kind of what you're gonna get for close to $1 million in Kansas City, Kansas. A lot different than other parts of the metro, but if you wanna get more for your money, this is a great area to look. I think a lot of people overlook this area because of a multitude of reasons. Some I can list on the camera and some I can't. If you do want to know, give us a call. 816-4-MOVE-KC, 816-4-MOVE-KC. We can tell you all about living in Kansas City, Kansas, and Kansas City, Missouri, and the other parts of the KC Metro. We service all over, but really want to tailor a buyer's consult to you, because a lot of things that people don't like about Wyandotte County and don't like about Kansas City, Kansas, you may actually find really attractive. So we're not going to know until we get to connect and you get to see what you can actually get if you're looking to buy a home in Kansas City, anywhere in Kansas City. So again, give us a call, 816-4-MOVE-KC.